From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Kansas City Police Chief Stacey Graves gave a press conference yesterday into what they have found in their investigation so far into the shooting that happened at the Chiefs Parade.
First and foremost, I want to stress that preliminary investigative findings have shown there was no nexus to terrorism or homegrown violent extremism. This appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire.
A dispute? Were they just like showed up to the parade with like that kind of
Just in case?
firearm?
No. That's not a dispute.
That's crazy, yo. Like, why settle the beef there? I don't know about that.
No.
Taylor Swift stepping up. A GoFundMe page was set up for Lisa Lopez Galvin, who was the woman that was killed at the mass shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Parade. They had a goal on her GoFundMe of $75,000 to raise money for the family. Around 1,300 people had already made donations when Taylor Swift pushed them up over the top. So this was early this morning, but it was in the evening because Taylor's in Australia right now. So she made two donations. The first donation was $50,000, and then 8 minutes later, she made another $50,000 donation. So for a total of $100,000. And then she wrote, "Sending my deepest sympathies and condolences in the wake of your devastating loss. With love, Taylor Swift." So that's what she wrote on there. So she kicked in $100,000.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see what Zendaya was wearing on the red carpet for Dune last night in London?
No.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
How does that outfit even get put together?
I have because it's Zendaya. Everything is made for her.
Like, was each piece assembled separately, like on her body?
Yeah. It would have to be,
right?
So she's wearing this like metal thing, like it's all metallic,
yeah. And
she like it's like a sexy C-3PO almost, right? Like if like fanboys drew like a sexy C-3PO, like that's sort of what it would look like, I guess, like this kind of silver droid,
like
thing?
A metal like plate on her, like let's say left arm, and then attach another plate to her left forearm, and then keep going that way, like assembling it almost like Lego?
Yeah, I'm starting, and her outfits for every Dune premiere have just been incredible. I'm starting to think, remember when it was Christian Bale who said that every role for a male in Hollywood is written for Leonardo DiCaprio. And when he says no, then it goes to all of us. And he's like, the only reason why we have a career is because Leo once said no. That's the only reason.
So funny.
I'm starting to think that every article of clothing that every designer creates is made for Zendaya.
And then she
right?
says, nah.
And then she says yes or no, and everybody else just gets what she says no to. Because she's
and this
been,
one, she was like,
oh
an
my
absolute
God,
yes.
dude, like it is crazy, her outfit. Anyway, so the early reviews for Dune 2 are in. Did you like Dune 1, the first one?
Once you guys said it was like 3.5 hours, I bowed out. No, I didn't watch it.
Because it's a setup to the second one, right? Whereas it very much felt like a setup as opposed to its own standalone film. But the reviews for this one are good. So Playlist said that Denis Villeneuve crafts a truly visionary film. Austin Butler gives a truly transformative performance. They go on to say it's very moving, but it's a wee bit long. And he says, yes, did I forget I saw it the next day? Yes, did I still, is it still going to be massive? Collider said, brilliant score, entire cast was excellent. My only complaint was I wish it was longer.
This movie clocks in at 2:46.
Yeah.
Nah.
This guy says he wished it was longer, said he could have sat there for another hour.
No.
And then over on Uprocks, they say Dune Part 2 is phenomenal and right up there with the greatest sci-fi movies I've ever seen. So,
I will watch the edited down synopsis, like 20 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, really.
That's what I'll do.
Okay. I mean, people are liking it, I guess. I don't know.
No offense to the filmmakers.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ariana Grande announced Yes And with a new remix featuring her idol, Mariah Carey. Listen to this.
I'm so done with sharing this hypocrisy with you. Baby, you have been rejected. Go back, no more pretending that. Boy, come on, put your lipstick on. No one can tell you. Come on and walk this way through the fire. And if you find yourself
Sounds like old Madonna a little bit, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Vogue, right?
Yeah. Maury, you're grooving to this. You
I
like
had
it?
to stay up till midnight till it came out because Matthew played it loudly at home.
But are you generally a Ariana Grande fan?
I love this song, and
Yeah.
with Mariah, the two really lend themselves to each other in it really nicely.
Ariana Grande says, I cannot believe the words I am typing yes and remix featuring the one and only queen of my heart and lifelong inspiration, Mariah Carey, is out. She goes on to say, there truly are no words that suffice. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this dream come true and for sprinkling your brilliance and magic on my little song. It means more to me than I could ever possibly articulate, and I cannot wait for everyone to hear this. I love you eternally. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
A lot of love for Mariah from
There you go.
Ariana Grande.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's that time of year where Mocha looks at me with the most confused look on his face. And that time of year is when the Met Gala announces their red carpet theme. The Met Gala red carpet theme. So they named their co-chairs as well as Zendaya, Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, and Chris Hemsworth. So Mocha, the organizers announced that the official dress code for the event, which will take place May 6th, is the Garden of Time. The theme takes its title from a 1962 story written by British author J.G. Ballard, which is set in a garden filled with translucent, time-manipulating flowers.
So you could have like a dress full of flowers with a clock.
I'm getting Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. Boring. When are they ever going to announce Met Gala theme? Avengers Endgame.
Never.
Yeah, probably not, eh?
You don't know. Might happen.
I thought there was a
WrestleMania
wrestling
6.
one. Yeah.
I'll be so hyped.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yesterday, Greece became the first Orthodox Christian country to legalize same-sex marriage after a 176-76 vote in Parliament. Since 2015, Greece has recognized civil partnerships among same-sex couples. Now, after decades of work, Greece is extending that to marriage. The legislation did face strong oppositions by the country's way influential Orthodox Church, but it did go ahead and pass.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bow Wow on a podcast talking about his prior addiction to lean. Scissor.
The scissor.
So I guess this was back in like 2007 when he was working on the Face Off album with Omarion. And it got really bad. And he was hospitalized and like crazy amount of lean. So lean, for anybody who doesn't understand, is what you see guys drinking out of styrofoam cups. Right, so it's a
like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne
thank you. It's a
forever.
combination of promethazine and codeine cough syrup mixed with ice and like fruit punch or some sort of fruity soda. But anyway, here's Bow Wow.
I was on lean. I was sipping so much syrup, bro. And I said this too, like right after Mac Miller had died. I spoke on that shit. Like I was drinking that shit like crazy. Like if you go back and watch, it's called the Road to Platinum documentary series on BET. If you watch that, you'll notice you'll see so many like white styrofoam cups and you'll see so many like Hawaiian Punch bottles in the studio. I was losing my mind. Like that lean shit had me up. We were on our tour. I was co-headlining with Brown. The opening night was in Cincinnati. When I got off the stage, I collapsed. And I was like, what the f***? And I went straight to Cincinnati University Hospital. And, you know, I had to get right, man. And you know, God rest her soul, I had the best publicist ever, Patty Webster. you know, she ended up putting out a press release, and you know, I was home in Atlanta. I saw the news, and the rapper Bow Wow was hospitalized. And Meanwhile, I'm at home recovering, and you know, for dehydration. Well, no dehydration. I was f***ed up off lean early, like up. I'm straight tequila and weed. That's all I need. Tequila and weed. I don't go no further. I know my boundaries. I'm cool.
Wow. So now he's just straight tequila and weed.
Oh, okay.
But he was one of those where he was he had to cancel shows because of dehydration, and we all know dehydration, exhaustion, all of those things. What they're code for, right?
I think Lil Wayne was addicted. He had said
he's had seizures.
Yeah, because of too much lean.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Want to get to a couple more things real quickly. So the guy who smuggled pythons in his pants over the U.S.-Canada border was sentenced to a year of probation. Pythons?
So more than one.
Okay, so a guy from New York goes to Quebec.
Yeah.
Buys like small pythons, I guess like baby pythons.
Okay.
Puts them in a bag.
Yeah.
Has track pants on. Hangs that bag in one leg of his track pants and ties the top of the bag to the drawstring on his track pants. Gets on a bus.
A bus?
Okay. Crosses over the New York-Quebec border on his way to New York City to sell the pythons, which are worth like thousands of dollars each.
Yeah.
Right? And gets caught. I guess they frisk him when they go on the bus. And they're like, yo, is that a python in your pants?
Yeah.
And he was like, 3. 3 pythons. 3. So he had pythons in his pants.
Yeah.
And he just got sentenced to 1 year of probation.
Okay.
No time even, and a fine of $5,000 is what he's
probably ordered to stay away from snakes.
I don't even think he was ordered to stay away from snakes. I think that he was maybe ordered to not put snakes in his pants.
Can't they bite through bags?
I mean,
or like.
I don't ask questions.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lil Jon's Total Meditation album has arrived. So this was teased because, you know, we know Lil Jon from being Lil Jon.
Oh.
And
yeah, of course. Right? Yeah. Right? You know, this guy, you know. Right? You know that guy.
Yes.
Like.
Turn down for what?
Okay, so what is total meditation? It's 10 tracks, I know that, right? Mindfulness, concentration, overall health. That's the goal with this? Is that the deal? Okay. Play me some of this now. Oh.
Hey, it's Lil Jon. I'd like to welcome you to Total Meditation.
Come on.
10 guided meditations to relieve anxiety, boost focus, and find peace.
Come on.
I swear, this is
We're
it.
going to be turning down the volume.
Oh.
And listening to the voice within. I know. You're probably wondering, what am I doing here?
Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
Do you feel busy? Stressed?
Yeah.
Overworked? Sometimes life just overwhelms us. This is a guided meditation that will help you discover deep relaxation and inner harmony.
You guys relaxed yet or what?
No, he doesn't
So
have
relaxed.
it. He doesn't
Welcome to
have
this
it.
guided meditation for deep sleep.
Oh, I need this.
If you want to sleep better, this is a good place to be.
He's not even trying.
No.
I'm always on the road, traveling, staying in so many different hotels. So when I come home, I love to sleep in my own bed.
Okay, come on. Come on.
Guys, trying to sleep, man. What's wrong with you guys?
Come on. That ain't it.
Get into
Lil
it.
Jon,
That
Total
ain't
Meditation. Spotify and Apple Music now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
At the People's Choice Awards over the weekend, Billie Eilish did not look happy that there were TikTokers in the building.
Oh, what happened?
So there was like a camera sort of floating around in between. I'm not going to play the clip because you literally can't hear anything. You can just sort of see lips moving. But Billie Eilish was talking to Kylie Minogue at a table, and then there was like a big ruckus, a cheer in the background. And Billie says something to the effect that there's a bunch of TikTokers over there, and then she grimaces her face, she shakes her head and says something to the effect of, I don't need it. Some of the TikTokers in the building were Tana Mongo, is that how you say that name? Chris Olsen, Gigi Gorgeous, Alex with an I, Earl, and James Charles. They were all there. And
What's wrong with that, though?
I guess Billie Eilish was thinking that they showed up as TikTokers, like as fans, because it's the People's Choice Awards, right? And I don't know what she was thinking. Maybe Billie at 22 is thinking she's now older and wiser than this younger, new, crazy generation. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, TikToker Bryce Hall, I guess he's popular. Is that correct?
Yes.
Bryce Hall responded to Billie Eilish.
I'm just going to address this clip of Billie Eilish being disgusted that TikTokers were at the People's Choice. I was one of them. First off, Billie Eilish, I am so sorry that I didn't acknowledge your greatness and bow down to you being another human being. There it is right now. And second, People's Choice invited us personally. Everyone that attended People's Choice and was sitting at those tables, we were invited by People's Choice. So hate on them. But the most sad thing, let me just wipe my tear real quick. The most sad thing is I was a Billie Eilish stan. I stand you, Billie Eilish. And now I don't think I can renegade to any of your songs anymore. So thanks for taking out all my content.
Damn.
Wow, there you go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
A spokesman at the Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City said that all 12 patients being treated there after the shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs parade, including 9 children with gunshot wounds, have all been discharged. So that's good news. The news comes just one day after 2 juveniles were charged in connection with the deadly mass shooting that killed 1, including gun-related charges and resisting arrest charges. Officials say that they anticipate additional charges as the Kansas City Police Department investigation continues. Here are the Kelsey brothers. So I guess they had other plans for a podcast, but they didn't want to release that podcast without first acknowledging what went down at the parade. So here's
attention, 92%ers. We have a pre-recorded episode for you guys coming up on Wednesday. But after the tragic events of the Super Bowl parade in Kansas City, it didn't feel right without you guys hearing from us first.
We just want to say, our hearts go out to all of the victims, their families, Chiefs Kingdom, and really all of Kansas City. That was really there on a day to try and celebrate the community. And it's unfortunate and deeply tragic, the events that occurred. So, we also want to thank the local law enforcement that sprang into action, the first responders on scene. One of the things that's evident is how much Kansas City is coming together and rallying around the people that have been affected by this. And, one of the beautiful things that we have in doing this podcast is a wonderful community out there. The 92%ers, everybody that watches this show, we're still figuring out a way for us to be involved. And obviously you can donate to these links right now. But we plan on doing something in the future. We're trying to get that situated right now, have some ideas, but just make sure you're following, and we'll be telling you guys in ways that we're going to try and get involved.
92%ers, we appreciate you. Kansas City and Chiefs Kingdom, we love you guys. We're with you guys, and we'll see you guys soon.
A lot of people saying that they sound like Republicans because they didn't mention banning guns or anything about gun legislation during the podcast. People picked that out.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, I saw a video of what looked like Travis Kelce smoking weed at a party in Vegas, and then Taylor was with him, and then she sort of looked like me, but she was like doing
whatever.
Yeah. I assume they both
Super
get
Bowl
high
champ.
as hell.
Yes.
Right? Like, did you mean to tell me Taylor Swift's writing all those songs not high?
Secret behind the genius.
Right?
You get all up in your feelings? You start writing? Of course.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Oh, Madam Web, that Spider-Man spinoff from Sony, just crashed over the weekend.
No.
The reviews, first of all, were just devastating. It got 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is the lowest superhero film score in nearly a decade.
Oh, wow. Yo, I bet you Ant-Man's like, woo!
Bro, one theater insider said on Wednesday night you could actually watch advanced ticket purchase sales declining in real time as buyers were refunding their tickets.
No.
So when they do their projections of how much money, it's based on like advanced ticket sales.
Yeah.
But people were hitting refund. So you could actually see the projection of the box office going down. And this was supposed to be a whole new franchise.
I saw TikToks where someone was filming, it was still playing in it, and there was no one in the seats.
Yeah. So it did $26 million over the weekend. But this was supposed to be a giant Dakota Johnson franchise. She was going to be the sort of madam that overlooked these three young Spider women.
Yeah.
And they had years planned for this franchise, and now absolutely nothing. Everything is dead.
You said
replanning.
Sony, right?
Sony,
So it's not like Marvel.
No, it is. Well, it is Marvel.
It's Sony with Marvel,
Yes,
but it's not
because
part
it's
of
Spider-Man. Because it's Spider-Man.
But is it part of the MCU?
Yes. Well, is it part of the MCU? I believe it's part of the MCU. I don't know for sure. But Peter Parker plays because his birth is documented in the movie. So there's some relation between Dakota Johnson. You going to see it?
Nah.
Okay. So there's some relation between Dakota Johnson and Peter Parker. I don't know what it is. But yes, they're connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kelly Rowland last week. This story was awesome. So Kelly Rowland, Destiny's Child, she was supposed to be on the Today Show to do an interview with Hoda and Jenna. And then Jenna was leaving in the last hour, and Kelly Rowland was set to be the co-host for the last hour of the show.
Okay.
And she wound up dipping. And Rita Ora, who was also on the show, had to step in at the last second to co-host the last hour. Mm-hmm. And it was all because Kelly Rowland and her team didn't like the dressing room that they were given.
No.
So they went to one dressing room. They said that they were playing musical dressing rooms. They went through one dressing room. They were unhappy with it. Then they went to another one that they were unhappy with. And then Kelly's team asked about using the dressing room upstairs from the Today Show, which I guess is the super bougie dressing room. Mm-hmm. And she was told no because J-Lo, who was also on the show was using that dressing room. And so she dipped.
But what was wrong with the dressing room? What did she say was wrong with the dressing
Probably.
room?
It just wasn't. It just, you know what it was? It wasn't the bougie dressing room that they gave to J-Lo.
Mm-hmm. It was a basic dressing
She didn't
room.
have the J-Lo dressing room. Mm-hmm. And I guess Kelly Rowland feels that she deserves the J-Lo treatment. And she dipped. She was supposed to co-host for an hour.
Yeah, nah.
And she walked out.
Nah.
That's crazy. And then I guess she was on the Sherry Shepherd show.
Yeah. What'd she say? Did she bring that up?
No. No. What happened is that she was on the Sherry Shepherd show, and somebody had tweeted something to the effect of, I guess she was happy with her dressing room. I guess her dressing room was acceptable. And then Sherry Shepherd wrote underneath that, "Oh, we gave her a gorgeous room." Yeah. So she didn't get the J-Lo room.
I can't imagine the room
dipped.
at the Today Show being like a broom closet.
They're pretty basic. They're pretty basic.
But still, you're there
they're
for
all
now.
basic. They're all basic. They're all basic.
You get a couch, you get mirrors with lights, you get a TV.
Yeah, but I guess Kelly knew that there was better, and they kept going, "Where's the better room? Where's the better room? Where's the
J-Lo
better
got
room?"
it.
And they're like, "J-Lo got it. Sorry, J-Lo's in there with all her
You
people.
don't get J-Lo's room."
Yeah, and then she was like, "Fine," and she dipped.
You don't think that's a little bit of like, I don't know, she's probably used to that with being in Destiny's Child with Beyonce and always getting like second best.
Yeah, but you're getting second best to Beyonce and J-Lo.
Yeah,
like you got you understand Kelly Rowland, like she's done some things, right?
Totally.
But when you walk into a building where there is a Beyonce or J-Lo using the main dressing room, you can't, as Kelly Rowland, throw a fit.
You got to fall back, man.
Right?
Also, how long are you actually in your dressing room?
Yeah, I know. It was for her people, right? Like her whole.
People can go to Starbucks.
I don't know. Man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Everybody thought that Shaq is on Ozempic after the All-Star game over the weekend.
Yo, so Shem and I, All-Star Saturday night, the entire night texting back and forth, right? And then what did I say to you, Shem? What did your friend hit you with?
I'm going to pull it up right now.
Pull up those two texts back to back.
Yeah, hold on.
At the exact same time.
Hold on. Nope, can't read that one.
No.
Okay, yo, did Shaq drop weight? He looks a little thinner. And I said, yo, my friend from church literally just asked me the exact same thing. Just asked me if he's on Ozempic.
Yeah.
So he has been losing weight because back in, it was almost a year ago, he said that he lost 55 pounds. He said it was keto and a lifestyle change at the time.
Okay.
No mention of Ozempic anywhere, just a lot of working out. He said he couldn't even walk upstairs at that point. So I don't know. But did you see everybody going in on Kelly Osbourne? Because Kelly Osbourne, very pro Ozempic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even hide it. Her and her mom don't even hide it. But when she was defending Ozempic, the way she defends Ozempic is like the wrath from people that came out after this.
I think it's amazing and I think it's great for them. There are a million ways to lose weight. Why not do it through something that isn't as boring as working out? People hate on it because they want to do it. And the people who hate it on the most, the people who are secretly doing it or pissed off that they can't afford it. And that's just, unfortunately right now, it's something that is very expensive, but it eventually won't be because it actually works.
I think
you hate it because you can't afford it.
The thing that people are missing out on, right? The big point of all of this is that there are people who need Ozempic. They need it not for weight loss.
Yeah.
Diabetics need it.
Yes.
Isn't there enough to go around?
No,
that's the problem.
There's
man.
not.
Because all these other people who are doing what they can to get it are getting it for weight loss. Where the diabetics who need it.
You hate it because you can't afford it. When's the last time you saw heard anybody in any sort of celebrity status throw the "you hate it because you can't afford it"
line
on
a shirt?
God damn.
But I feel like anyone, let's say Shaq. Let's go back to Shaq for a second.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Let's say he is eating healthy, working out.
Yeah.
I think now the default for anyone that we see who maybe we haven't seen in a while drop some weight, we're like, Ozempic. We always go to that.
Of course.
Yeah. As opposed to
you can tell in the face though
eating
with
healthy
Ozempic.
and working
you
out.
get Ozempic face. Because it doesn't, it's not like you go, you just lose the fat and then you have all your muscle and stuff. You look at pictures of people where they're wasting away on it.
But
It's
you
really
always
wild.
lose weight in your face first.
No. Ozempic is different on the face though. It's way different. It's like somebody put a magical spell on you where you're you're going to get thin, but you will age 50 years. Right? And then you got to fight the aging thing, right?
Yeah, that's where Shaq's at right now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Toronto police vehicles, including cruisers and parking enforcement cars, have racked up a ton of tickets from speed cameras in the city over the past 26 months.
Really?
That includes one constable whose car was clocked at 59 kilometers per hour in a school zone at pickup time, and another who blew through a red light at King and Spadina, nearly hitting a pedestrian.
Officer.
A police spokesperson says officers who face fines without justification can be docked prescribed hours as a penalty. In total, in 2023, including speed camera tickets, in the city of Toronto in 2023, there was 380,000 tickets were issued in the city, but 1,000 to cop cars.
It drives me nuts when they put their flashies on just to go through a red light and then turn it off.
Yeah. You know, they should. I think that those streetcars should get caught.
What do you mean?
Oh, streetcar speed like crazy. I had a streetcar almost hit me the other day at a spite.
Out of spite.
Yep.
They knew it was you.
No. There was nobody coming and nobody behind them. And I had they had an open road and I had like a block and a half in between them and I was pulling out onto the road. And the streetcar, you know when they get that green light and they gun it?
Yeah.
Right? He started dinging his thing when he was a block and a half away from me and I was turning onto the road and he kept dinging it as he took a streetcar and went right up behind my truck. And then I had to like speed away. I'm like, bro, there's nobody else on the road. You didn't have to gun it.
Maybe he was running behind.
And he gunned it. No.
Schedule.
No.
Trying to make up some time.
You think they make up time?
Maybe he wanted his book signed.
They don't make up time.
Maybe he wanted the book signed.
They don't make up time. He didn't even know it was me. I'm not saying this was because of me.
Oh.
I'm not Kelly rolling my way into all of this.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The benefits of exercise, they say, are great for everyone. However, they're even better for women, according to a new study. A new study found that women needed less exercise to gain the same benefits as men. Put it another way, they said, for a given amount of time and effort put into exercise, women had more to gain than men for doing the same amount. Most adults are not, as we know, meeting the recommended amounts of exercise. Adults need 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity and 2 days of muscle strengthening activity each week. In this study, more than 400,000 adults, 27 to 61, reported on their exercise levels. What they found was, over time, women who exercised for at least the 150 minutes a week were 24% less likely to die from any cause than women who exercise less. For the men who exercised 150 minutes each week were only 15% less likely to die than other men who did not reach that threshold.
So what are you trying to say?
Exercise.
Women can work out the exact same as men, but the benefit that women get from it is far greater than what a man can get from exercising for the same amount of time.
Question, Maria.
Yes.
Have you started training for your marathon yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have my whole week planned out.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I learned in Jamaica that Maria has desires to be pen pals with convicts.
No, but like,
and the best part is that she said it in front of her mom too.
Yeah, that's facts.
So,
hey, you called out like a couple of account names too.
Yeah, I know. So Britney Spears, I don't know if you saw this. She did one of those dancing videos again on online, and she captioned it over the weekend with "Beautiful Sunday, hopeless romantic, understanding that being single is awesome." And this comes right after a report from Us Weekly claiming that Britney Spears is still dating Richard Solis, a convicted felon who worked as her housekeeper, who cleaned her toilets, mopped her floors, and picked up her trash. His criminal past includes multiple misdemeanor charges as well as a felony charge and a child endangerment charge. In April of 2014, he was also convicted of one count of disturbing the peace. So if it's good enough for Britney, right, Maria?
No.
She invites them into her home.
What's the bar, Maria? What's the bar? So like,
I don't want to be with a criminal.
Like, you're not going to date like a murderer, right? But let's just say, what's the bar? Like, are we talking, maybe a couple of suspended driver's license or like a couple of misdemeanor, maybe break and enter? Like, what's the...
I wasn't trying to say that I'm going to date a criminal.
Well, you just want to be their friend? You think you can help, right? You can fix them?
No.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The look on Maria's mother's face when she said that, oh my God. It was like all that work, all that hard work, all that hard work.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hold on here. There is, I got to do this. Oh God, they're going to kill King Street in Toronto again.
What happened?
Oh
what are they doing
my
now?
God. So starting today, a portion of King Street West will be down to one lane in each direction as crews begin water main and streetcar track replacements. So the construction is going to be between Dufferin and Shaw over the next 10 months.
Thank God you said months and not years.
Months.
It'll probably be years, though.
Be working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. The project is expected to wrap up by the end of July, but within all of that water main replacement, the TTC is also replacing these streetcar tracks, which is going to be completed in phases with full road closures in effect throughout the rolling work zones.
Is that going to affect your
How
drive to?
So what? Say we go out, I have to walk all the way
Yes.
down. No, people wear heels.
Damn it, city! Listen to Maria. People wear heels.
Yeah, but there's not a jail in that area, Maria. Where are you
Right,
walking to?
no.
Where are you walking to in heels? Where are you going? Where are you going so fast in those
There's
heels?
there's no courthouse around there.
Yeah, no, man.
Oh my god!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Usher talking about the Super Bowl halftime show on the Breakfast Club in New York, because I guess everybody was all up in arms with the way that he was interacting with Alicia Keys on stage. Like, they got real lovey, right? Like, it was very, I mean,
He
it was
put his arm around her.
Yeah, but
She had this smile.
They were singing a love song, but I guess it's because, like, how would Swizz Beatz, who's Alicia Keys' husband, feel sitting at home watching Usher, go at his woman like that?
Hey, in no way anything that was done there should have been viewed as bad or in any way perverted or anything like that. No, It was literally about having fun because of a song that me and Alicia made many years ago, and we celebrated because of the legacy of it. And no disrespect to anybody or anything like that.
Have you and Swizz and Alicia shared a laugh about it? All the memes?
Absolutely, we laughed about it. It's crazy how people they handle. It's all about how you present things, man.
Is there anybody, damn it, Maury, that Matthew could dance with like that where you would be okay?
I think Shem.
What? Oh, I wasn't thinking a coworker. I was thinking more like
in the celebrity world.
like Brad Pitt or something like that. But you say Shem, you would be okay?
Because I know he wants to dance like that with Sean Desmond.
Right.
And I won't be okay with that.
You would not be okay with Sean Desmond.
No.
Oh, damn. So, but you would be okay with Shem because what, you don't feel that Shem is
I'm not like
You're not threatened by
I'm not
Shem?
threatened by Shem.
Oh, here we
Boy,
go.
your man's about to get took.
Maria, you're about to start visiting Shem soon. He's about to take a life right now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It looks like parking fines are going to go up in the city if they get their way. Quite a
by
bit.
how much?
Quite a bit too.
$20.
Like those $30 tickets that you get for just like stopping in the wrong spot kind of thing, or parking. You run in to get a coffee, whatever. That $30 ticket, they want to increase that to $75.
Oh. Wow.
Right. Parking in a bike lane is going to go from $150 to $200. They say.
I see that all the time.
Not paying at a parking machine is going to go from $30 to $75.
Wow.
And then there was another one in here too. The total that they're hoping to make off increasing all of these tickets is $62 million, an additional $62 million. So the tickets will be harsh for people who, I guess, I don't see this a lot because I don't have a car that needs charging. But when you see people park their EV car in a charging spot but aren't actually charging, they just use it because those are always close to the doors.
Yeah, convenient.
Right? So if you're parked in an EV spot but not currently charging your car, you'll get a ticket for that too.
But just like if you're running in, right?
I don't
just
know.
charge.
I don't know.
What if you park a non-charging car in a charging
No,
station?
you can't do that.
I've
oh
done
my
that.
God.
You have?
Because it was the only spot available.
No other spots anywhere.
So
in
what
the
that
vicinity
means,
of where
Maury,
you're
what that means, Maury, is that there were no spots available.
Well, no, I got one.
No, but when you park it's like parking in a handicap spot. When a handicap spot is empty, right?
That's not free for anyone.
No, it's there's no spots. You circle around.
By the way, I came back, no ticket.
Yeah, but you circle around. You don't do that,
Anyway,
right?
parking enforcement, be on the lookout for a
Yeah.
rusted out, dented up 2011 black Yaris.
My Hotmobile.
The car's terrible.
Yeah. With the license plate, Smart 86.
Why don't you just give out the VIN number too then?
You've said it 1,000,000 times. Also, what is somebody going to do with your VIN number? I mean, I shouldn't say that. They'll dupe it and start selling Yaris's to Saudi Arabia wherever those cars go.
End up in a shipping container.
I know. Maury's going to be driving around a stolen
You know what? They're going to look
vehicle.
at it and be like, nah, we're good.
Like, what are you going to get for it? Honestly, right?
Nothing.
It's not worth it. It's not like maybe if it was chilly and you like a guy had a hoodie, right? You're like, hey man, can I borrow your hoodie? And he's like, no. And you're like, oh God, okay. And then he stole Maury's Yaris and was like, here, take this. Can I have your hoodie now? And he's like, yeah, but for like a half hour. I think that your stolen car, Maury, would give a thief a half hour of warmth. That's all it's worth.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I got to play this clip from this 15-year-old kid on American Idol that blew the judges away. And he does a cover of Morgan Wallen's Cover Me Up. Is that who sings this?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
So here's Tristan Harper.
So girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room.
This kid's 15?
Yeah.
Someone in medical help for the magnolias bloom. You know you're enough to use me for good.
Is he saying words?
Yeah.
Is he?
That's real southern drawl, though.
But is he saying words?
It's almost like singing in cursive.
I think I know the words, so I think I'm hearing them.
Oh.
But is he saying words? Like, he's got a great voice.
It just sounds like he's whining in country.
Or singing in cursive.
Can you play the? Yes, exactly. Can you play the whole thing for me?
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
it there, because I got it.
The heart on a run keeps her hand on a gun. Can't trust anyone.
Wow, that's real country.
Well, I was so sure what I needed was more. Try to shoot out the sun.
Okay, this one I can understand a little bit better.
And days were erased, we flew off the page. Such damage was done.
Right there gets a little.
Something damage was done.
But I made it through. Cause somebody knew that I was meant for someone.
Amazing voice,
Don't get me wrong,
absolutely.
yeah.
But if I have to like if I have to listen really hard to understand the words, it ain't for me.
I feel like you could have been softer with it.
That's what she said.
For the magnolias bloom.
Yeah, don't get it's got a great voice, right? But I don't.
Like, you really need to listen to understand.
The chop wood.
Do the words matter?
Well, yeah.
So cover me up.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Know you're enough.
Great, the last 7 seconds, you understand.
For good.
That's what she said.
Oh, stop it! I can't. I can't have one single emotional moment on this show with
I'm sorry, guys.
Is it the Morgan Wallen's version now?
It's a really bad habit. It's a bad habit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Getting lost in it, like all this stuff,
That
man.
is what she said.
Shem, grow up.
Okay, just stop. Just stop.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Are dating apps turning people into addicts instead of helping them find love? This, according to a new lawsuit by against the owners of Tinder, Hinge, and something called The League. The class action lawsuit, which was filed on Valentine's Day against 6 dating apps, 6 dating app users accuse Match Group of having, quote, a predatory business model and deliberately employing psychologically manipulative features to ensure they remain on the app perpetually as paying customers. The lawsuit argues that Match's apps violate consumer protection laws. Match intentionally designs, they say, the platforms with addictive game-like design features which lock users into a perpetual pay-to-play loop that prioritizes corporate profits over its marketing promises and customers' relationship goals. The plaintiff said that the apps use powerful technologies and hidden algorithms to keep keep users hooked and continue to pay. Dating apps, they say, rely on users purchasing subscriptions and premium features marketed as bringing hopefuls closer to love. However, they say what the users are actually doing is being drawn into a compulsive usage scenario that does not help them meet their relationship goals. In a statement, Match called the lawsuit ridiculous. Maria?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay,
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you guys see Machine Gun Kelly's new tattoo?
Oh my God, he's so hot.
Ugh, did you see it?
Yeah.
It's all black.
Yeah.
Even the nipples.
Yeah, blackout. Shoulders, neck, arms, chest.
So hot.
I assume it goes around his back.
Yeah, but it's just, so he covered up all his old tattoos and he posted a picture of it and he just wrote, for spiritual purposes only. And then his tattoo artist reposted the picture and said, made some art with Machine Gun Kelly, never met a tougher one. And then Machine Gun Kelly wrote, thanks for the joy and pain, 44 needles. So they use these tattoo guns that have 44 needles in it. And they just go like, they colored him in. Like he's just black now, like black. Right? Like it's all, he covered up all his tattoos and it looks like he's wearing a sweater that's a crop top because it stops just under his boobs.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah.
I've seen other people from like tattoo artists that I follow on IG, work that he's done, but he hasn't done he's done like an arm or like a forearm or this woman's neck. And like in comparison to everything else that this person has, like it looks fine.
I think
but this Machine Gun Kelly one?
Yeah. I think a lot of people get it done to cover up like racist stuff that they've had tattooed on them.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, because we could easily see what he had on there before.
Yeah, I know. Or just like,
People do blackout tattoos to like cover up like names and stuff too.
You know who had a lot? Remember that tattoo show, that Kat Von D woman?
Oh, yeah. I love that
she's
show.
all blacked out now.
Is she?
All her tattoos.
No.
Yeah, completely. Like she's got like she looks like she's wearing a black sweater.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't know if you've been following the new season of Love is Blind on Netflix, but
Shem?
You know, I was just talking to Maria about it actually before the show started. It's looked crazy good.
So Chelsea and Jimmy. So this was one couple, and the reason Chelsea made a whole bunch of news is the whole thing with Love is Blind is you're supposed to not discuss physical things when you're in there. You're supposed to fall in love with the person, have a laugh, make a connection. You're not supposed to describe what you look like physically, but those conversations, when you're in there for that long, it's inevitable you're going to start talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
So here's a clip of how Chelsea described herself to Jimmy.
Do you ever get told you look like a celebrity?
Yeah,
Do you?
I do.
I do too. All the time on the plane, I get one person. And it's just because I have dark hair and blue eyes.
Ooh.
But I don't see it. So don't get excited.
Say it.
It's MG. I don't even know if it's MGK's wife or his girlfriend.
Megan Fox.
Okay.
Megan Fox?
As if she doesn't know who Megan Fox is.
I don't know if it's his Megan. Just
Right?
say it's Megan Fox.
And what, people are walking up going, oh my God, you look just like Machine Gun Kelly's girlfriend? No, they're saying Megan Fox. Of
course.
Okay? So I don't know
Does
if
she,
you've
though?
seen her.
Nah.
Google right now. Google Chelsea from Love is Blind.
Hold on.
Right? She does have dark hair and blue eyes.
Not really. It's like not even
Love
that
is
dark.
Blind.
Yeah. So Chelsea from Love is Blind.
Ma'am, you are mistaken.
Okay, so here is Jimmy after they met face to face.
She definitely lied to me on some how she looked. Chelsea told me she looked like Megan Fox. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I'm very attracted to her. I can work with that.
Oh, I can work with that.
Damn, that's foul right there. That's so foul.
But when you look at her IG, filters are a thing, man. Like, it's crazy because when you see this woman on the show, she looks nothing like her TikTok. Like, nothing like her TikTok. So she went on her TikTok, Mocha, if you want to play clip number 3 for me. She went on her TikTok to say this.
This would be a great time for the people who have ever told me that I resembled her to come forward. Please. I'm begging you.
Yo, you gotta beg. Girl, that ain't it. You do not look like Megan Fox.
Did you look at her TikTok, Shem?
No, I
Look at her
didn't.
TikTok.
Let me take a
Look at her
look. Yeah.
TikTok. She looks nothing like the woman on the show.
Have you seen this, Maria?
I haven't seen the full season yet, but I've seen the drama.
Yeah. But look at her TikTok. Like, I get it. Like, you know.
I don't see it.
Does she?
Yeah, no, I mean,
like. Does she? Do you think she's trying to put it out there that she? Oh, everyone tells me I look like Megan Fox. So she like dresses that way.
Maybe like
and,
one
like, does
person.
her makeup.
I don't know, but maybe one person. Like she's an attractive woman, right? But I'm just saying that the woman on the show is not the woman on her TikTok feed.
This though, when you got to go
Like,
out there and
completely.
beg.
This would be a great time for the people who have ever told me that I resembled her to come forward. Please. I'm begging you.
I'm begging you.
Like all those people. Let's say that there was like 2 or 3 people. You think they're gonna step forward now so then they could get flamed?
No, Shem, what do you think?
I think she looks more like Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Little bit.
Oh, poor thing.
But I mean, I get like maybe somebody looks at her and they see the dark hair and the blue eyes and they're like, hey, you know who you resemble? I mean, you can say the same thing about Maury.
I get Seth Green all the time.
Right. I would give you Megan Fox, Maury.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So they have officially announced the follow-up to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which was released in 1986, if you remember.
All right.
So this is called Sam and Victor's Day Off.
Who are Sam and Victor?
So at first I was like, is it going to be like his kids and then they do the thing with... No, it's not. Sam and Victor, do you remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
I saw it once.
Okay.
So no.
So in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, they Ferris and his best friend Cameron, they take Cameron's dad's Ferrari into the city, and they put the Ferrari in a parking lot, right? And then they look at the 2 guys and they're like, you know, hey, take care of it, and then they go off and they have a day, and then the 2 guys wind up taking the Ferrari. These 2 guys who run and work in a parking lot take the Ferrari, and they just go on this giant thing. But you don't see them again until they come back and get the Ferrari. So the follow-up movie is these 2 parking attendant guys who steal the Ferrari.
Oh, so that's
so
Sam
it's
and Victor?
it's their side of what went on that day, while Ferris and his friends were off having a day.
Got
it's
it.
the 2 guys that stole the Ferrari. And then
Were they
got
gonna
it back
have
in
like
time.
like a Harold and Kumar day?
I
like
don't
a
know.
White Castle?
Yeah, I guess.
Is that the movie where the teacher's like Bueller?
Yeah, Ferris Bueller. What other movie would they say that in, Maury?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
That other movie with Jonathan Bueller?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sam Mendes, big director, they announced yesterday that he's going to be making 4 separate movies around the Beatles. So he's going to make the story of the Beatles, but each movie is going to be told from the perspective of each of the individual Beatles. So they're making 4 movies. This is the first time that any of the members of the Beatles or their estates or the people who own anything have ever given their permission for the names, likenesses, life story, and music for a scripted film.
Oh, that was gonna be my question.
Yeah,
so it's not a documentary.
No, so it's so I don't know how they're going to release them. They can't release them all at once. Right? So they're going to have to, is it going to be like 1 a year? And it's going to be
Probably.
like 4 years worth of the same Beatles movie just told from...
So is it the same story?
It's going to be the same
one story just told from different perspectives.
Yes, from all the different guys' perspectives. You know what I realized about the Beatles? So, iconic, right?
Yeah.
You would say, they have an incredible body of work.
Sure.
Beatles were a band for 7 years and 7 months.
7 years, that's it?
7 years and 7
And
months.
they made such an impact.
12 albums.
Huh. 7 years.
7 years.
That's it?
That's it. 7 years.
Yo, didn't Stone Cold have a longer run in WWE
Yes,
than that?
I think he did. You're right. You're right. I think Stone Cold's run was longer than the Beatles.
Wow.
Which is shocking when you think about it.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A wildlife television presenter found the world's largest snake underwater last week in the Amazon. Professor Freak Vonk from
Yeah, that's a great name. That's like a rapper name.
He found the northern green anaconda, otherwise called the super snake or the super anaconda.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Boy, toy named Sway used to live in Detroit.
The snake was 26 feet long.
Wow.
Oh my.
It weighs 440 pounds, and its skull is the size of a human's.
Oh my God.
Wait.
It was underwater. He swims with it underwater, like he's wearing, and also Freak Vonk, when he's underwater scuba diving, he wears a dress shirt for some weird reason.
He's at work, man.
Yeah, okay.
Don't ask for the job you have. Right? Wait, so
yes, you're right.
But the snake didn't feel like threatened?
I don't. He's swimming right along with it. He's like feet away from it.
It's because he was wearing a dress shirt.
I think so.
He could be trusted.
Well, how'd you do, Professor?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He looked
Professor
very,
Von Freak?
He looked very, very trustworthy. Freak Vonk is the guy's name.
Oh, yeah.
The last one that they found was 20 feet 5 inches. That was thought to be the largest snake in the world. But this one, 26 feet, 440
How do they measure, though?
pounds.
Like under the water.
You can, I don't
like
know.
A long measuring tape?
Yeah, they did.
Like,
He's just
snake,
swimming
here,
with it.
Bite this part of the tape.
But I think that they know how long Freak is, and then they took maybe like Freak's measurement, and then they measured him along the
and
footage
they're like,
of the snake.
we got X amount of freaks.
Yeah, right. How big's that snake? Like 6 freaks, right? Yeah, I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Blake Lively posted on Instagram the other day that when she was at the Super Bowl last weekend, it was the first time she had left all 4 of her kids like completely and went off to do something. And she wrote, last week I left my kids for the first time and wore pants that were shoes. I took pictures upside down and had no clue. I treated a friendship bracelet like a flat Stanley for my husband that I didn't realize it wasn't 07. I borrowed more jewelry than the skeleton in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And I went clubbing. Now I know what my episode of The Twilight Zone would look like. But it's that first line that really had everybody like going, what in the actual hell? Which is, I wore pants that were shoes. Because we saw Blake Lively.
I wore pants?
That were shoes.
That were shoes.
So we saw Blake Lively in the red Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah.
Right? But you didn't see her feet. And when you look at the outfit she's wearing, the Adidas pants are shoes. Like the Adidas, she's wearing high heels. And the bottom of the Adidas pant is attached perfectly around the shape of the high heel, attached to the shoes. So in order to put her shoes on, she has to put her pants on. Like you put your pants on and then your feet slip into the shoes.
Yo, that's fashion right there.
Like
I'm down with that.
Like the boots and kinky boots.
It's like hip waders.
Yeah.
Right?
Easy.
Like when you're going fishing.
Yeah. She got the cheat code.
Yeah.
And look dynamite.
Yes. Have you seen them?
No.
Look at the picture right now. Her pants are shoes. It's pretty incredible.
Blake Lively Super Bowl
outfit. It's kind of wild.
All right, let me see this. I can picture it in my head.
No.
Yo, sick.
Sick, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, you sort of want that.
They have ones that are like leggings.
What, leggings that are shoes?
Yeah.
No, I don't want leggings.
Okay.
What am I going to do with leggings?
I don't know.
Nobody wants to see me in leggings.
Yeah.
Don't answer. No.
What am I?
Shut up, Marty.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.